Hey y'all, what's up? I'm Amy, aka the Piscean Seer, and this is one of your daily collective messages. Like, and subscribe if you get anything out of this. Thank you so very much to those of you who do like, subscribe, and comment. It is always and forever going to be loved and appreciated, okay? God, archangels, ancestors, ascended masters, cosmic guides, all beings of the highest and purest white light only with the best interest of me and the collective at heart. You are always and forever welcome into my readings, okay? Please give my wonderful, fabulous, and amazing Piscean Seer family the best and most accurate information for them at this time. Hello, my beautiful lovers. Welcome to any new subscribers, okay? Welcome back to my beautiful family that was already here. I love and appreciate each and every single one of you guys, okay? Thank you so very much for coming, and thanks for coming back, okay? So, this is a Yeshua message, so let's just see what is the overall energy. We got 3, okay? We got you are a superstar, okay? We got take some chances, okay? And we got learn to deal with the bullshit, okay? So this one says it's everywhere. Just remember what other people say and do is a reflection of them, not you. Don't take things too personal, okay? So just stay right there in that beautiful superstar energy, okay? Like, don't let other people tell you what you can and cannot be, you know, because with these 2 milk cartons, you know, one milk carton puts the straw in and it's like, I'm a unicorn, and the other one's, you know, looking at them like, no, you're milk. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't let other people try to tell you who you are or that the way that you express your life is wrong in some sort of way, okay? It says you are amazing just the way you are. Don't live your life for anyone but you. Follow your heart and do what makes you happy, okay? Also, so the take some chances card, it has this donkey standing right here on this rock, you know, and it's like, I'll catch the next one, but it's the ark, you know, it's Noah's ark. Like, there isn't going to be another one, you know. So it's like, don't be afraid to like take chances. Don't let chances pass you by from a place of fear or from like, you know, you thinking that you'll just get another opportunity. Sure, you might get another opportunity, but it might be a long time before that opportunity comes around. So like, don't be afraid to jump. Don't be afraid to take leaps of faith. Don't convince yourself that like you're not going to be able to attract something or to thrive in whatever chance it is that you're, you know, jumping out there to take, you know. It says sometimes they don't come back. You were not born to live a mundane life. Once in a while you have to spice it up by putting yourself out there. You never know where a new path will take you or where a mischance will strand you, okay? And also the note from Yeshua is I love you, okay? It is always that, okay? And then we got love sensations right here at the bottom of the deck, you know. It says, think about someone or something you love. Feel that love and grow it as big as you can, and then hold that love in your body. What does love feel like to you? Where do you feel it in your body? Notice the subtle nuances of love. The longer you hold the sensations of love in your body, the longer they stick around, okay? So like I said, keep focusing on you, on that beautiful energy that you carry, and on you expressing that energy to other people or sharing that energy with other people as much as possible, like in the most positive way, okay? And also I seen what if statements, you know, like there's a need for you to talk to yourself very, very positively at this time, you know, to like really embrace all of the impossible possibilities that could happen in your life, you know, like really start believing that you can do anything because you really can. We got worry in a box, okay? Put your worry in a box. Put your fear in a box, okay? Heal from it, release it. You don't need it, okay? It says, are thoughts of worry plaguing your mind, slowing you down, and consuming your ability to focus and organize thoughts? Rest easy. There is a way to break free from this cyclical game of worry and doubt. Imagine any thought or distracting bodily sensation as an object. Turning those thoughts into objects creates separation from what is real and what is merely a figment of your imagination, a result of past conditioning. Now, with those thoughts in hand, put them in an imaginary shoebox, close the lid, and place it on a shelf in your mind, and tell yourself that you can go back to the box at any time, but for now, it will stay on the shelf until you need it, okay? Like I said, worry in fear, you don't need it, okay? It just brings a lot of discouragement into your life, you know? And sometimes bullshit happens, right? And you get more worried and you feel like, you know, it stirs up your feelings and you feel like you're not going to be able to like have a positive outcome to this, or you don't know how you're going to work it out or how you're going to do it, but you're always going to do it. You have been through so much bullshit in the past and you figured out exactly how to get through it and exactly how to get to this place where you are now. So any new bullshit that comes up is the same thing, you know? It says nature. Go outside and breathe the fresh air. Nature is perfection, even with its imperfection, it is magical. A forest needs old trees and new trees. It is a perfect balance. Immerse yourself in the middle of it all. Know that you are perfectly placed just where you are, okay? So know that you're perfectly placed, even when you're going through things that feel like they're too hard. You know what I mean? Any chances that get offered to you, any opportunities, it got offered to you for a reason. You're in the perfect place for that. And I mean, true, some opportunities come along and it's all about you turning down that opportunity, right? You picking yourself over doing something for someone else. But I don't feel like this is that kind of opportunity. I feel like you could definitely have something very positive being offered to you, a positive opportunity, and it might not be all perfect and all sunshine and rainbows every single day, but I think it's something that you really want to entertain or something that you really want to get into. And you know, Yeshua was just saying go for it, you know. I'm hearing it's better to have loved and lost than to not have loved at all, you know. So it's like, don't be afraid, okay? Like, even if you get something or you get an opportunity and it doesn't go very far, or you never know. Like, there's plenty of lessons and plenty of great energies you can absorb from any situation that you find yourself in life, you know. So just be very grateful for everything that's coming toward you at this time. I feel like you're doing such a great job of climbing these mountains, you know. We got the light of the world, okay? Also, I think when it comes to taking chances, or when it comes to like doing something that you want to do for yourself, you know, you might get so caught up in your own thing or focusing on what it is that you're doing that you're kind of like not necessarily listening to the guidance that spirit is saying, right? You immediately, it's like once that worry comes out of the box and you're deep in the worry, you kind of forget to like talk to the divine. You forget that you have that support. You kind of start looking at it like you're all alone, like you're in it and there's nothing you can do to get out of it, but you have all the knowledge, you know. You have all the knowledge and every tool that you need in order to be successful with this world energy, but also with Uriel and the Sphinx, you know. That's where I'm getting the knowledge from, you know. Like, you know what you need to know about everything that you go into, okay? It's just all about you working that out of yourself, like really paying attention to the situation, looking at it from a different perspective, and really understanding it better for yourself, okay? But there's nothing to be afraid of. I feel like you will always be a success. And when it comes to anything that you're worried about or anything that seems like bullshit, you'll never have a problem closing that cycle for yourself. Yeah, we got the hanged man with the Buddha prepares, okay? Like I said, you're so prepared. I feel like the ascended masters, they really work very closely with you, especially when you take the time to do meditation often, you know? We got the Three of Forces, okay, with the bird's nest. But the Three of Forces is the Three of Cups energy, you know? It's like you have so much going for yourself, so much that you should be celebrating at this time, or so much that you're about to get into celebrating. And it's just important that you embrace that, okay? 343 could be significant, the numbers, okay? Also 133, okay? Or 1133, you could be seeing any of those numbers, okay? Also Virgo, Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio energy, heavy on the Pisces, okay? Gemini, Libra, Aquarius also. We got the Seven of Forces with this energy of balance, you know. It's like you're not under any illusions whatsoever at this time, and you uphold this covenant that you've made with the divine, and that's why the wheel of fortune is turned in your favor the way that it is, okay? Like, you did all this hard work to open up all these options, and it's kind of this energy of like you holding yourself back in some sort of way because like maybe you can't see the outcome, or maybe things are unknown or whatever. But there's no need for you to fear or to worry about the outcome of your life, because you uphold your covenant with God, right? You know exactly where it is that you're meant to go in this life, because you can see it so clearly the way you're tapped into these divine energies. So trust the beautiful future that you see for yourself, and never convince yourself that it's impossible, or that you don't deserve to take chances or take leaps of faith, or that when you do take chances or leaps of faith, that nothing turns out right for you, because that will be true for you. What's the Hermit in the world? We got the Seven of Roses, okay, with the journey, okay? Like, this whole journey is all about you learning these different things and investing as much as possible in yourself, so that you can grow to such a place where you could be a blessing and you can help others. So don't forget that, like, it's not all about you, and that is true even when things are going bad, right? Because like, things aren't going bad, first of all. Spirit kept reminding me the other day, like, we pay first, okay? Like, people that operate off of a darker or lower vibrational type of energy, they pay later, okay? They do their little magic, or they jump over all of these different tests and lessons and energies that they should have worked their way through in order to get to where they're at, and then it all falls apart later because it wasn't built on a solid foundation, okay? And so sometimes, when you're working with the divine, or when you're working with God and you're trying to stay centered, you're working through all these energies, you're growing gradually, slow and steady, okay? So that you can win the race. And when you win, whatever you attain, or whatever prize, or whatever gifts you're giving, you're able to sustain those things for yourself in your life. So look at every little bit of bullshit and every time that you had to worry as positive investments toward your future, as energies that you have to work through in order to get to the best version of yourself, or to get to the best future that you envision yourself having. What's the World and the Hanged Man? And know that, like, the journey is meant to be enjoyed, because all of it is not bad, right? And we have way more good moments in life than the bad moments, I think. But the bad moments, they're so amplified, right? They seem so big and so terrible and such a hard thing for us to let go of. But it's like, at the end of the day, these things that have the ability to put you in a mental entrapment are the very things that turn you into the master artisan, that turn you into the master builder, that turn you into, like, this master creator, where you can create and accomplish anything that you want to accomplish. So it's just very important that you remain aware of that, and you realize that, like, you have been making these steps up, like, you're not in a place where you're going backwards. Also, 337 could be significant, okay? What's on the Hanged Man and the Three of Forces? Woo! Come on. We got the Star. And we got the Two of Scrolls, okay? So, you are the star, baby, okay? It's like, it's important for you to come back to that reality anytime things are up in the air or they seem uncertain. We got the Two of Scrolls, which says two worlds on it, And it's like, you've been making all of these proper choices because you're connected in between two worlds, right? That's what's really going on. When you commune with the divine regularly, you become a part of the divine world, and you're able to receive that guidance to make sure that you're making the proper choices in this 3D reality, to make sure you're following your passions properly and you're not stepping on any toes or hurting anyone else in order to do it, right? So just remember that is what's going on, and it can be hard to kind of like find your footing in between these two worlds sometimes you can feel pulled between the two, and that's why your balance within yourself is very important. Why it's important that you don't worry, that you believe in your protection and you believe in your guidance, so that it can take you where you truly are meant to go, okay? We got the King of Roses, which is this King of Pentacles energy, right? You are rich, you are wealthy, you hold a lot of value, a lot of information, and a lot of things that you can share with the world, okay? Yeah, we got the Four of Roses. So careful not to, like, look at things from the ego. But I did say that, like, it's not all about you, you know, like you're surrounded by like this whole family, you know, of by all of humanity. And there are a lot of things that a lot of people have wishes and hopes and dreams to accomplish, and a lot of them don't accomplish those things because they get trapped in the view of the ego, right? And they convince themselves that it's just all about them and only them. I mean, don't get me wrong, I'm always talking about like your self-love and how it's important to take care of yourself, but that's only so that your cup can overflow and you can care for others in the same way that you're able to care for yourself. And that, you know, so you can get to that place where you're strong, you're in your strength, and nobody can break your heart because you're a master of your emotions, right? Okay, like this is all a part of your justice. So like, I feel like there could have been a lot of ego deaths going on with you recently, and that could be the reason why it seems like there's just a bunch of bullshit going on. You know, I feel like Yeshua is working very closely with you, teaching you how to continue to work through the certain karmic energies that still surround you or that still are going to continue happening on the outside of you, okay? Like it's important for you to be able to find your happiness, to maintain that balance through all of these different things, you know. But worrying and fear, that just slows you down. It doesn't get you anywhere. It doesn't get you anywhere to forget you're a star or to forget the way that you make investments into your soul energies, right? So just make sure that you remember that any challenge is only meant to make you stronger. It is an allowed occurrence, and you're safe and protected through any of those things that you go through. Nothing can touch you or stop you or tear you down. And if it does, it's only temporary, okay? So we got faded meeting was sticking out under the bottom, okay, with the lovers, you know. Like you're a lover through and through. And all of these things that are happening in your life, all the people that you run into, they're all faded meetings. All things that are meant to make you better or for you to help another person be better. Okay, what's the star in the two of worlds? So we can even this layout out. We got the 6 of keys, okay? So now is the time of calmer water for you. And it's really important that you look at your journey like that, you know? Like, don't constantly be on the lookout for a tower or for something to fall down or for something to go wrong. Because, you know, what is that? There's a deck that said thoughts are sneaky, lying bastards. They'll lie to your face, you know? Like worry, it can cause the mind to go crazy and create scenarios that aren't necessarily realistic. And that's how they're able to hold you back, right? Because when you're worrying, you're kind of tricking yourself into a place of fear or into a place of scarcity. Yeah, we got the Empress, okay? You need to look at yourself like you are successful, like you are fertile, like you are a master of closing cycles and removing things from your life that don't serve you, because you are. What's this? We got the 8 of Wands, okay? And that's the message. Baby, you are a master of just being you. What's the World? The Master Artisan and the Hanged Man. We got the Ace of Swords, okay? So continue to uphold this beautiful truth that is you. And don't be afraid. Yeah, with the 9 of Wands, like I said, you pay first. And while you paying and going through all of these lessons and it feels like you're crawling along and everybody is making fast progress around you, you're doing exactly what you're supposed to be doing. You're doing it exactly how you should be doing. He's saying, like, never compare your journey to the journey of others, because it's a completely different thing, okay? Because it's theirs. Like, only thing that's important is your journey and how you, like, what things you can expose within yourself to make yourself better. What things can you clear out and burn away in order to make yourself better, in order to step into more of this energy of the star. Like, that's what he wants you to focus on, you know, and accomplishing what it is that you need to accomplish and not being afraid. Like, knowing that every time you jump, God catches you and he places you where you're supposed to be every single time, okay? What's the 8 of Wands and the Ace of Swords? We got the 5 of Pentacles, okay? He always gonna make sure you come in from the cold. We got the Page of Wands. So, I mean, you could be really invested in some sort of new passionate project, or maybe it's always been a project of yours, but you've never been like quite as passionate or you've never been quite as passionate about getting it out there as you are right now, you know? And it's like there's a reason why you're so fired up, why you're so motivated, why you're so inspired now at this point, because you're ready to be super motivated, super fired up, and super inspired. It's the time for it to be seen by the world, or for you to share, to shine this beautiful superstar energy that you carry, you know? So don't be afraid. What's the Nine of Wands and the Sun? We got the Lovers, okay? And we got the Death, okay? Don't be afraid, because you went through a lot of different things in order to get to this new beginning, you know? Like you had to do a lot of destructing of things in your life in order to build on this beautiful energy that you're in now. So don't doubt yourself. Scorpio and Gemini and Taurus could be significant, and Sagittarius. What's the Page of Wands and the Lovers? We got the Temperance card, okay? Stay tempered as you can at this time. Utilize your earth angel energies that you've attracted to yourself, okay? Like, believe in them, okay? They're very powerful. Believe in your angelic guidance. Believe in your guidance that you get from the Ascended Masters, which includes Yeshua, okay? What's the Death in the Temperance card? We got the Wheel of Fortune, okay? Because everything is working out for you in your favor. You're not at the bottom of this wheel. Don't think that you are. You ain't been there for a long time, okay? There is an expansion happening in your life, and sometimes it comes with growing pains, okay? Of course. Like, expanding is not an easy thing to do. But when you do it, you have a lot more room and you feel more comfortable after, like, each little expansion, you know? And it's like if they were to just, like, expand your energy all of a sudden and just, you know, give you every single gift you have, or give you all this money or whatever, then you probably wouldn't be able to sustain it, like I was saying before. Because you're still focusing on building your foundation and becoming more acquainted with who you are and how you express the power that God blessed you with, right? But you're making fast progress, okay? Whether you feel like you are or not, you're doing a great job. What's the Eight of Wands, the Five of Pentacles, and the Ace of Swords? We got the three witchy sisters with the power of three, okay? So the power of three, right? The Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit, baby. You carry that kind of power within you, okay? And it's really important that you operate out of that energy and know that that's the energy that carries you through everything that you go through. Yeah, we got the Candy Cane Angel, which says it's time for a treat, okay? It's time for a treat. So things might seem weird, they might seem bumpy, but Spirit looking at you as a superstar who has accomplished a lot of change for yourself, who has done a great job of raising your vibration and tapping into this guardian angel type of energy, speaking to the divine and helping them show you all of these different opportunities and all of these different ways that you needed to change within yourself, okay? So keep going and doing what it is that you're doing. You're not doing it wrong. You're not in trouble. There's, nothing that you're, getting karma for or whatever. You're just going through these growing pains and embracing more of who you are in order to accomplish more of what the divine sees you accomplishing in your future. What's the Nine of Wands, the Sun, and the Lovers? We got out trick-or-treating. We're here, so it's like the divine is here, okay? They got your back no matter what. They're always here surrounding you all the time, and they reveal a lot of different things to you, a lot of truth. What's the power of three and it's time to retreat? It says, Snow Angel, the signs are with you already. Come on. You're receiving all the right signs and all the right nudges, Excuse me. That's confirmation. But it's like you get yourself so worked up or so worried sometimes when things don't go the best way, and you have issues that you don't necessarily need to have. Like, you need to focus more on keeping your calm, taking a step outside or whatever, you know, putting your feet in the grass, breathing in some fresh air, taking in some nature, spending some time in the quiet outside when you feel like you're super worried or you feel like you don't understand things, in order for spirit to be able to bring you more clarity, okay? Like, there's just a little tweak or a little change that you need to make about being worried or about, you know, your future. What's it's time for a treat and we're here. It says magical space clearing time, okay? So your space has been cleared, your road is clear, okay? It says guidance, but where will it lead you, okay? Continue to follow your guidance and know that you're still healing from a lot of heartbreaks of the past, okay? With the ghosts of the past right here. And there have been a lot of important ends in your life in order for you to spark all these new beginnings, you know? And it's like, now that you're in these new beginnings, you know, you could have like some trust issues you're still working through, or a little bit of fear of jumping because maybe you failed in the past a couple of times, or you did things that you perceive as failing, but you did not fail nothing, okay? You just were moving the way you were supposed to move, okay? You're not a failure. Baby, you are a winner, a superstar, made for something much better and much bigger than where you are now. But you just got to stay consistent, and you got to know that the divine is leading you to a specific place in your life, to a specific level of healing also. What's the power of 3? It's time for a treat, and the signs are with you already. We got expect miracles, okay? So expect these miracles because they are coming in much quicker than you think, okay? Please don't freak out. Don't be so worried about things. I'm hearing, like, I know you feel like I said in the beginning with this hermit energy, I know you feel like you do a lot of things on your own, but you don't do anything on your own. You are constantly divinely guided through everything that you do, okay? Yeah, we got ease and grace, okay? Spirit's just, like, sometimes things get a little, like, turmoil can arise in your life in order to get to a more, like, to get to a more calm place, okay? Like tower energy, okay? Things getting shaken up in order for things to be more calm and more clear later. What's expect miracles and ease and grace? We got compassion, okay? So also just make sure you're operating with a lot of compassion at this time, you know. You might have people hating, or people trying to tear you down, or people trying to ruin whatever it is that you have going on. But it's more important, it's more better for you to meet those people with compassion, to just be very accepting of yourself, and to trust in the way that the divine is doing everything, and to be open and accepting to the learning experiences that people are offering you at this time. You could be learning a lot of lessons through love or through some sort of divine connection right now, okay? But it's important that you just continue to do this work. It says do the work in Mother, Father, God, okay? Just continue to do this work that you've been doing just between you and God, and just know that that will get you everywhere. It's never nothing to fear or to doubt. And just keep your energy very grounded, very centered, very peaceful at this time. Don't allow anyone to come in and rile you up or make you upset, or, you know, change the energy that you are in when you're at your best. Let me shuffle it. All right. What is the final thought on this? So we got sacrifice. It says you must find the ebb and flow of life within your very self. Embracing it all is embracing truth, you know. And that's kind of the energy that he's been pointing at this entire time, you know. There's good days, and sometimes there's a bad day, or there's a bad moment, or whatever. But it doesn't have to make up your entire life, and it doesn't have to, you know, these moments don't have to be so detrimental that they ruin your future and everything that you have going for you, or everything that you're meant to attract. Like, don't be afraid to just forgive and release, and to embrace whatever bad day or bad situation that you have for what it is. Learn what you need to learn from that and move forward, you know, with this beautiful royal type of energy that you carry with this beat energy. It says, don't drink all of life from one flower, for there are many to taste and many to explore, with that Seven of Cups energy, okay? Many options, many things, many situations and people and things that you are meant to get a little taste of. But all of those situations and people aren't meant to be in your life forever, you know? So there's another energy there with people, with other people, you know? Like, don't be so upset, like, when people leave your life, or if you go through a little misunderstanding with the people that you love or care about. There's always some common ground or some healing to be had between you and other people, you know? So it's 36, which is the number 9, okay? So you've been closing big cycles for yourself, I think. It says change, okay? It says sacrifice invites you to let go of something that is preventing your growth. You do not wish to move on, but deep down, you know this is a necessary step on your path towards greater fulfillment. This can mean moving to a new home, embracing a new career, or a way of thinking, or even a rite of passage, such as a graduation. You know that you are on your way to more, but the moment is still bittersweet. Pulling sacrifice shows that you have some doubts about your next steps. You wonder if you have made the right choices or if you will later regret your actions. Yes, there will be challenges ahead and perhaps more sacrifices to come, but you must be willing to sacrifice something small to reap the rewards of something greater. It's time to commit to your choices and move on in the knowledge that there is much more for you to explore, okay? So, with that, I'm done. I hope you guys have a happy, fabulous, wonderful, and amazing day, that you got something that you needed out of this, and I will see you later, my love. Bye.